friends. Happy Saturday. Happy end of the week. Happy weekend. Welcome to my live. And if you happen to be catching this later, welcome to the replay. I'm glad that you were able to join me on either viewing. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's A Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Couture. Today we are going to be, this is part 2 of our Welcome-ish Boho door wreath / hanger. I was trying to keep my last video under an hour, so this was carried over from part 1. So welcome. Once you hop on, say hi in the comments. Tell me where you are watching from. I also want to let you know that I am live in 3 locations this morning. So if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your comment feed, that person may be viewing and commenting from a different platform. Also, if you're watching from my private Facebook group, there is a permission link in the description of the video. That link just allows StreamYard to pin your profile name and pic to your comment. It's your choice whether you choose to click that link or not, but if you don't click that link, then your comment will show up as Facebook user and I won't know who to say hi to. Speaking of saying hi, I see that Bonita is watching this morning. Good timing. Good morning and welcome. And I see that Jason is watching from the other side of the door. So welcome to both of you. So I'm going to flip the camera. Before I say that, though, if at any time during the project you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click all of the thumbs up or the heart buttons. Spread the chalk love around Facebook and YouTube. Tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you. So with that, now let's flip the camera. And I'm going to change the view. There we go. So you can see my ugly mug and the project at the same time. So this is the transfer that we used the other night. It is the February Club Couture transfer. It says welcome-ish. Depends on who you are and how long you stay. So I took an oval stretched canvas. Let me measure this because when I was looking, so yeah, this one, it happens to be 11 by 14. I did put a link to this particular stretched canvas in the description of the video. There's also a cart link to all of the Couture products that I used the other night. And I have also linked the beads that I use. So those are all in the linked in the description below. So I took this oval stretched canvas, I ripped it apart. You can see on the back where my staples used to be, and then I just cut this little strip of the canvas, and I'll finish stapling it so you can see how I did that. And then I just used this portion of the transfer here. I used this floral here. I did leave out the brackets just because I chose to. And then if you remember, well, it won't work that way. I actually had to flip this floral upside down and paste on the sticky side. It worked well. So you could also, instead of, because I wanted to make the florals come in from each side, I could have also just, instead of just flipping it over, I could have also just rotated it. And it still would have worked just fine. So keep that in mind too if you're worried about flipping the transfer over and pasting from the back. So I trimmed it up already, and I have stapled one side, and I just use a little staple gun. So what I do is I line it up and I trim it down, and then I put one staple here, kind of in the middle, kind of near the edge of the frame on the inside, and then I put one more staple. I pull it tight, and I put one staple here that kind of gives me my tautness across the wreath, and then I work side to side and do my staples. So when I do this side, I'll kind of pull it across and then down to make sure it's tight, and I kind of feel for that frame right there. And then I'm just going to use my staple gun. Sorry if it's a little loud. And then I'll just, the same way on this side, I'll pull it across and then down, kind of diagonally. And then I'll probably just come back in and glue that down so it's not flapping. But I like to staple on the inside of the frame versus out here, just because that way it doesn't push in on the ends as easily from the inside. Okay, so we're done with that. I did also sand down the frame gently with some 220 grit sandpaper, and it kind of took off, it kind of muted the brown a little bit so it's not so stark brown. And I could probably even go back around the edges, and that'll give it a little more dimension. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is I pulled out my yarns, and I'm going to add some yarn fringe at the bottom. So I already have a tuft of white. I was just going to do white and gray, but I also looked in my stash, and let's bring the beads in for some reference. Let's take that green kind of. Remember, we painted the beads also with some watered down paste. But I also found I have some sage green kind of that matches the eucalyptus slightly. I also have some coral that matches the Sunset Drive that we used. However, it's a lighter tone than my yarn, so I kind of need a little bit of guidance as to what you think. Should I just stick with 3 colors and either do green and coral, like I could do white, coral, gray, coral, white, or I could, yeah, or I could do all 4 colors, but I think that's a bit much, because then we also have coral, blue, and green. My original thought was just to do white and gray, and then we're going to do some beads down here, and then every so often there's going to be just a colored bead. So maybe just stick with white and gray and then add the color in with the beads. Maybe that's what we do. Jason says the coral's too bright. I kind of agree. So let's just maybe stick with the white and gray, the original plan. And so we'll go with that. Okay, so I'm going to put that over to the side. And I've already started this little, let's see if I can get it on. So I have like 20 strands in this string. And so there's 20. No to the coral, let the beads and the flowers be your pop of color. You're both on the right. I think we're all on the same boat. Okay, where is this one? Okay, so it's that one. The one that's really super long. Okay, so these are approximately, let's pull. What I did on these is I have another mat stuck under here. So I used this mat. So they are roughly 18 inches long once I fold them in half. Okay, so now I got them all wigged out again. So I'm just going to fold my, sorry, I got things all cattywampus. I'm going to fold my strands in half. And then I think, I never can remember if I want to go forwards to backwards. So I'm going to take my loop around the back for right now. It may be wrong. And then I'm going to pull my tails. I can't remember which way I like to. I think for this instance, we're going to do it this way. And then I'm just going to have to yank on all of them because I don't know. Okay, that didn't. I got a little stray loop here, but we'll fix that. If I pull on all of them, I'll eventually find that one. Okay, so that's the gist anyway. So that's what we're going for. I think that's the way. Yep, I think that's the way I want it. So that's what it's going to look like right now. So what I did for that one is I started with cardboard. It's too limp. It kind of folded on me. So I found my cutting mat. It has a little more stiffness to it. And I just started at one end and wrapped my ribbon 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It might be more than 20, but so then I just cut down here at the bottom. It doesn't have to be totally exact. Try to hang on to all your strands if you can. I'm flipped over from the back. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to kind of fold it in half. I'm going to take my loop. I'm going to put it over the wreath, bring it toward the back, and then I'm going to put all of my tails through my loop. And I think I'm just going to keep alternating colors. You could do a pattern, you could do 2 white, 2 gray, and then just kind of scrunch them together. And then that's what we have so far. Okay, so let's come back to the white. Sorry, again, apologizing. I probably should have had some of this done ahead of time. I wrote it in my planner, so I get brownie points for that. I meant to do it last night, but another project got away from me. Does anybody have any big plans today? I'm going to put this one on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh. Okay, where did all my beads go? There's one. Okay, let's put those back in there so they don't get all willy-nilly. Okay, now I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish. 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, geez. Ah, geez. If you've ever watched Over the Hedge, our life revolves around cartoon quotes. Okay, so now, we'll just guess 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Good golly. 17. $18, $19, $20-ish. Bonita says she's trying to make herself a DIY tier tray to sit on your desk at work. What are you making it out of? Oh, shoot. Should have. I bought stuff from the Dollar Tree ages ago to make a tiered tray, like the little cake pan and the glass candle holders. Have I done anything with it? Nope. Does that surprise anybody? It shouldn't. Okay, so again, I have my 20-ish strands. I'm going to fold them in half to make a loop. I'm going to take that loop, run my tails through that loop. So this is called in macrame, or in just general knot tying, it's called a lark's head knot. So there's that so far. So now we'll go to the gray. Pick some of this riffraff up. Let's see, I hope I have enough of that. I'm actually going to switch balls, because by the time you get down to some of this inside yarn, it's going to have a different, it's like it, you can see it's kind of already crinky. It's crimping up because it's been inside that tight center. So hopefully I have enough. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ooh, my eyes watering. I had a tear. So Benita's making a wood tiered tray out of wood rectangle shapes. So what are you using for your center supports? I'm just curious. I always like to see what y'all are doing. Make sure you post it in the crafty group once you've made it. Again, I have my 20 strands. I have my loop. I'm going to take it toward the back. I'm going to have to, some of these rogue ones I'm going to have to pull, because I'm getting some weird loopage going on here. We'll play with it later. We're just getting the idea. Looking super cute so far. Okay, so there's that. We'll go back to the white. I need to put this in something so it doesn't go all haywire. Okay, so let's go to the white. We may just do an augmented wine glasses that you hope to paint. Wow. Definitely want to see that when you're finished. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. My mat got a little bowed, but it'll still work. Works better than my cardboard. I tried cardboard at first and it went every direction but the direction it was supposed to go. Okay, so again I have my loop. Just going to tighten everything, and I'll have to fix stuff because I have got loops where I shouldn't have loops. How far are we? We'll do a few more. I don't know how far, if I want to shift everything up We'll just have to see. Definitely make 2 more, so I bet I have to shift a few things over. And that's easy to do. You just kind of shimmy everything over. Because I think I'll do at least another gray and another white. So let's pull out our gray. Bonita says she bought some slick stick that is supposed to help paint stick to sticky, shiny surfaces. Is that a Dixie Belle product? I know there's quite a few paint lines that make slick stuff to put underneath paint. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Did you buy it down at Flipping Fabulous? Because you know they sell Dixie Belle products. Okay, so here's my gray. Good for you, supporting local. Hey, Bonita, do you have the Choose Saline County app where you can earn stars for shopping local? If any of my local friends in the Salina-ish area, Salinas areas, it's mainly Saline County, if you have not downloaded the Choose Saline County app, you should, because when you link your debit cards to that app and you use those debit cards at participating businesses in our area, then you'll earn a percentage of stars, quote unquote stars back, and each star equals $1. So I've gotten paint for, I think I got 2 of the large sizes of Fusion mineral paint at Flipping Fabulous. Normally would have been like $52. I think I got it for like 2 of them for like $6 after I redeemed my stars. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Uh-oh. There we go. Lost my tail. Woo, sorry, that's a weird angle. Large hands coming at you. This is definitely a behind the scenes video. I know this is probably not the most fun thing to watch, but sometimes the entire process is fun to see. Okay, so this will be the last one. I may still add some more little groups, but let's get this project. I want to get this project moving. Okay. Let's move that out of my way. So this is what we have so far. And I will, at the end, when I'm all done, because I think I'm going to move them. I don't know. I'll have to look at it some more. I think I want at least 2 more. So I'll put another gray and white and then shift everything over. But let's move on to the next step. So we wanted to add a pop of color. Bonita says, sweet. Definitely have to do that because you're going to refinish your dining room table, hutch, and china cabinet. Yeah. Make sure you, even if you eat out at like, you know, I know things, Bravo, like all of the little mom and pop things, but although we've gotten stars back from Old Chicago, but like if you for anyone who does vet services, some of the veterinarians are linked. So like when we board our dogs, we get a small percentage of that back, which is really cool. So definitely check that out if you're local. Okay, so I want to add a pop of color. So I want to bring in my beads, but I want to save out at least 3 for the top. So let's pull out a little color tray. So I just have some kitchen twine here. I could also use just some jute twine, but this is what I grabbed first. So I'm going to make a kind of a needle at the end. Again, this is going to be one of those monotonous things, but sometimes watching the process is fun. And I may not use all of these beads, but I might. Okay, so what I'm mainly going to do is before I do that, let's just I'm going to double it, and I'm going to stick it. Okay, if I add, let's just pretend, I'm just going to go ahead and shift these over because I think I'm going to add 2 more. But I'll do that later. You don't have to watch me do that. But so at least, then I don't have to move my beads again. Okay, so that should get me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is come in here with my twine and do the exact same thing, but I'm going to go in between this gray one and this white one. And I'm going to try to kind of hide it. Get it tight. Because I don't necessarily want to see that cream. And so then I'm going to tape both of these ends together. And make a needle. So just any kind of tape, washi tape, scotch tape, masking tape. I'm just using the placement tape from Couture. So I have my little needle. I'm just going to randomly add in some beads. These are 20 millimeter beads. I get them in a package of like 200 to 300 from Amazon. Okay, so I do probably need to move that towards the back. I just want to, like, it's kind of creeping out, kind of peeking out of the, and I'm going to add in these colored beads just randomly. Well, these are the ones I painted the other night with watered down chalk paste, the same colors that I used up on the canvas. So I used Sunset Dune, Eucalyptus, and Ocean Mist. So you can see it's just adding in a tiny bit of color. Being totally random, which is kind of odd for me. I'm not even going to count. I'm usually symmetrical. I'm not going to be. Okay, so let's see. So I need it. Good thing I looked. So I need to add in a eucalyptus bead at the bottom, and I think I'll add in one more natural bead. So then what I'm going to do is cut my little needle off, and then I'm just going to tie a little knot at the bottom. tie maybe a couple of knots. And you could, it'd be really cute to add a cute little tassel at the bottom but I didn't leave it long enough. Okay, so I may have made that too long, so I'm just going to cut it off, and then I can naturally let those pieces fray, or I can come in with a pointy object and kind of separate those strands to force them to fray. So let's see if you can see that. So that's just going to lay there kind of like that. And then we'll add one right here. There won't be any beads to cover it, or there won't be any more yarn on this side to cover it, but you get the gist. So then I've doubled my strand over. Bonita, sorry I missed it. Bonita says she glued 2 of the 20mm beads together last night to make feet for your tiered tray. Smart thinking, girl. You haven't been to the craft room yet this morning to see if they are stuck good. Used a wooden dowel to give strength and keep them on top of each other. I think that sounds like it's going to work brilliantly. Okay, so I'm going to put this towards the back so that my beads can just kind of come from back there. So I'm going to tape my ends again. I can find the end of my tape. Oh boy. Okay. Again, just totally random pattern. I love these beads. They're about the most economical way to buy them. Okay, so I'm going to go totally, again, just random. This one can even be shorter than the other one. That's the bum one. They don't even have to be the same length. Although that might be a bit of a stretch for my symmetrical mind. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, my mind may not be able to. Might not be able to handle different lengths, but sometimes you'll get a few beads that aren't quite drilled appropriately. I did not make the best needle. Oh boy. Okay, let's try that again. I did not. There. I kind of twist it as I kind of wrapping it, and then it makes kind of a tight little, there we go. Let's do green. I may have gotten that too far back that way. There. Okay, so let's add a few more natural, and then we'll move on to our hanger. How many? let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I think that's 14. Okie doke. So we're done with that. Cut off my little self-made needle. Tie a couple of knots. Sorry, you can't see that. I'm just tying regular knots. And then we'll fray that. And then just imagine that there's 2 more tufts of yarn right there. Sorry, it's kind of making a... That's kind of what we have. And then let's move on to our hanger. I think we'll just use white yarn. So you could do it a bunch of different ways. You could have a single one coming off the top. You could tie 2 strands of yarn around here. But you could also, I like to put D-rings right here. Like they're the picture hanging D-rings. Or you could even use cup hooks, which I just don't know which way I want to. I think I might use the cup hooks for a cleaner look. So let me snag those. Figure out where they're at. Okay. So for cup hooks, or eye hooks, I guess is what they're called. Okay, so I just have 2 these little eye hooks. It's actually not very heavy, and I'm gonna do like at least a double strand, and there'll be a double strand on each side. We'll try it. I just want to try to keep it as cohesive as I can. So I'm just going to put a tiny, I just have an awl here, or it's actually a paper piercer. But I'm just going to create a starter hole there. I'm literally eyeballing it. And a starter hole there. And I would normally super glue these in. I just put a little dab of super glue there. And I can still go back and do that if I need to. Just to keep them a little more secure. God bless you. I heard Jason sneeze. Okay, so we have our little cup hooks there. Actually, let's use this yarn that I messed up. This is the cardboard attempt, and it just all became a mess. There's an end. Okay, I'm gonna think that through. I wonder, maybe I could do, if I could get 2 strands through there. What if you braid it like 2 white and 2 gray? That would look really cute. Okay, so I have 4 strands. Of course, I forgot my beads are going to have to go over that. Let's try it. Okay, so I have 4 strands there. The braiding would look really cute, and it would add a little bit more texture and kind of that boho, add to the boho feel. Like I have a felt floral wreath up in my bathroom, and it has lots of yarn fringe, and the maker added some tassels and some braided pieces to it. It looks really cute like that. This one might be a bit long, but that's okay. So I've quadrupled this over. Okay, so now let's see if I don't think my beads are going to fit, but I have 2. Let's just cut 2 of these front facing strands, and we'll add another needle. I think we'll just use I don't think I'll use all of these. And I'm going to add in a natural one. So I'm only going to use 2 of the colors. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. So let's do, I'm not a big blue fan. Oh, gosh, Robin. So I'm going to leave out the blue. I'll just add those to my bead stash. Man, I am tanking today. I'm off Butterfingers. Okay. Oh, I've totally twisted that yarn. Okay, so let's try our eucalyptus. A natural. And a sunset drive. I may have made these too short. Okay, so what I normally do is bring the, yeah, I think I made these super short. This is the idea. I may have to recut them because they're super short. But you get the idea. So that's kind of the concept. I would definitely make them longer. But that is the concept. So that's our hanger. Let's move all this junk out of the way. So then once I go in and add 2 more groups of yarn, then we'll be completely done. But then the kind of the beads, you know, you can pull them up this way so they're kind of in the middle. Let's go back to here and do full screen. And then I'll eventually cut. So here's what our hanger ends up looking like. You can pull these clear down here. You can put them up here, kind of in the middle. And actually the hanger is not terrible. And then this is what our beads kind of look like. just kind of free flowing. And then there'll be 2 more things here. So pretend there's more yarn hanging here. Amanda snuck in here. Amanda says she loves it. Welcome, Amanda. Jason says it's beautiful. I really like it. Turned out pretty much exactly what I had envisioned. I'll just add a few more tufts. Definitely have to even out the bottom. Benita says she loves the hanger. I do too. It came out exactly how I was envisioning. Fairly neutral, but a little bit of pop of color. So yeah, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So remember, this is the Club Couture transfer. The only way to get this welcome-ish transfer is to be either a club member or a designer. Let's go over to here, show you. So it comes as a DIY monthly subscription directly to your mailbox for $21.99 a month US or $27.99 Canadian. Your transfer would come with 3 coordinating paste singles. This month's colors are Guava, Storm, and Pesto. So very similar to the colors that I used. I did use Storm. I did substitute Sunset Drive for Guava because my Guava is dried up, and I substituted Eucalyptus for Pesto because my Pesto is probably also dried up. So plus I liked the bit more muted colors. You get free shipping with this DIY monthly kit. Also, as a club member, you get flat rate shipping on any additional chalk site orders. And then you also get specials and promos via Chalk Couture. Another promo this month is if you happen to join Club Couture this month as a new member, you automatically get 5 additional retired 2022 Club Couture transfers. And these are some of my favorites. Lemonade Stand, I use that quite a bit. Keep Growing, Keep Growing is a really cute one, especially if you love plants. My favorite is the Home Sweet Home. It's down in the bottom left corner. And then you get Berry Sweet, and you also get Live in the Sunshine. So as new Club Couture members, you automatically get these 5 retired Club Couture transfers in your shipment. The last promo of the month is called Blast from the Past, and these are some overstock transfers. They range anywhere from size B to size E. They are 20% off for retail customers and 40% off for, and sorry, there's a typo, Club Couture members. So keep that in mind. We did have a promo we start this month. They rolled out Color of the Month, and within 8 days, you guys sold out the Color of the Month. So some of you may have missed out on, excuse me, Dream Car. But keep watching. On March 1st, they will roll out the new Color of the Month. With that, I'm going to hop off. I will be live again on Monday at 7:15 p.m. Central Time. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. And if you're watching later, thanks for hanging out on the replay. I greatly appreciate your support, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching.